Hi, I'm Steve Younis. Welcome to the Speeding Bulletin, your Superman news video recapping the events of the week August 28th to September 3rd, 2015. Our top news stories this week included Michael Shannon reveals the truth behind his Flippers as Hands story, we get our first look at Lucy Lane for the Supergirl TV series, and Dan Jurgens gives us more info on Superman, Lois and Clark. Let's check out these stories and more in this week's Speeding Bulletin. In movie news, Michael Shannon set the internet abuzz earlier this month when he told a strange story to Vulture.com about wearing flippers on his hands for Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice for his role of General Zod. Well, guess what? He was just joking. While we saw that Zod's body was indeed featured in the Comic-Con trailer for Batman v Superman, Michael Shannon told the Daily Beast he wasn't involved in filming any new scenes for the new movie, but he has done some voiceover work for it. For a limited time only, Warner Bros. Studio Tour Hollywood is offering the rare opportunity to see the new Batmobile and costumes from Batman v Superman before its big screen debut in March. The new Batman, Superman and Wonder Woman costumes will be revealed as a new star attraction in the Batman exhibit. The new Batmobile will be on display from September 4th to December 31st, and the costumes will be on display from September 4th to September 23rd. Head to wbstudiotour.com for tickets. In TV news, in a recent interview with KryptonSite.com, Mehcad Brooks spoke briefly about playing James Olsen in the upcoming Supergirl TV series, his relationship with Lucy Lane, and Jimmy's Superman Signal Watch. He said, "We have the Superman Watch, that is the first gadget we introduce. That's all I know right now, they don't tell me everything." Extra recently caught up with Supergirl star Melissa Benoist to talk to her about playing the Maid of Might, putting on the suit, doing her own stunts and much more.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
And you get to do some pretty cool stunts, I would think, too. Has there been anything crazy? What's been the most fun thing that you've been able to do?
All of them are fun. Some of them are scary, but the flying is really cool.
And you get to work.
Actor Ido Goldberg has been cast to play the role of Red Tornado in an upcoming episode of Supergirl. According to Warner Bros. Television, Red Tornado is the most advanced android the world has ever seen. Designed by scientist T.O. Morrow for the US Army as the ultimate superweapon, he soon becomes sentient, posing a grave danger to National City, including the people Supergirl cares about most. CBS has announced that Glenn Morshower has joined the cast of Supergirl and will be playing the role of General Sam Lane. Upon his arrival in National City, this stern military man will recruit Supergirl to help execute a top-tier government mission. But General Sam Lane isn't just a man with a plan, he's also the overprotective father to both Lucy and Lois Lane. Speaking of which, Entertainment Weekly published the first photo of Jenna Dewan Tatum as Lucy Lane for an upcoming episode of Supergirl. The character has previously been described as strong, smart and successful in her own right. She's got a history with Jimmy Olsen and she's come to town to right previous wrongs. Later in the week, comicbookresources.com sat down for a chat with two of the main cast members of the new Supergirl TV series, Mehcad Brooks and Jeremy Jordan, who play James Olsen and Win Schott respectively. Jeremy said, "We don't shy away from action and adventure, suspense and danger and all that stuff, but at the same time it's something that everybody can watch. There's a lightness to it and there's a relatability to it that I think is sort of universal." In comic book news, Superman, Lois and Clark is a new comic book series written by Dan Jurgens, in which it is revealed that the pre-New 52 versions of Lois and Clark are living in hiding in the current continuity of the DC universe. Newsarama.com spoke with Dan Jurgens to find out more about this new comic book series. He said, "Clark and Lois's most notable priority is keeping their son John safe. That's one of the reasons they live in rather secretive fashion." Superman, Lois and Clark #1 will be available on October 14th. Comic books we reviewed this week included Superman #43, which was reviewed by Adam DeChannel, who said, "The issue is a misstep and a padded out mess," and he rated it a 1 out of 5. T.A. Hewitt filled in to review Justice League of America #3 this week, giving it a 3 out of 5, calling it a twice-told tale in some areas. Teen Titans #11 was reviewed by Keith Sumner, who said there wasn't much meat to this story, and he rated it a 2 out of 5. And with Superman appearing in Deathstroke #9, T.A. Hewitt posted a review of this comic book, giving it a 4 out of 5, saying, "If you like myself and enjoy comic book battles, this was one for you." TA also reviewed Injustice Year 4, Chapter 17, stating there is no reason for Zeus to be involved in this quagmire, let alone Poseidon, and he rated this chapter a 2 out of 5. Superman comics available this week from September 2nd include Injustice Gods Among Us Year 4 Chapter 18 digital comic has been available since September 1st. DC Comics Bombshells No. 2 print edition, which is available in a variant cover. Injustice Gods Among Us Year 4 No. 9 print edition. DC Comics Bombshells Chapter 7 digital comic will be available September 5th. New 52 Futures End Volume 3 trade paperback. And Superman Man of Steel statue by Cully Hamner. Whether you're listening to the latest hits or old episodes of the Superman radio series, these Superman headphones are exactly what you need. Get yourself these iHip Superman Pro audio headphones with inline mic for $25.99. Or how about these iHip Superman earbuds for just $5.95? These and other great Superman headphones are available from a one-stop Superman shop, the Superman homepage online store at supermanhomepage.com/shop. And in other news, the Superman homepage Super Trivia Quiz has been updated for another month. The 3 questions we're asking you this time around are: who played the role of Non in the movies Superman the Movie and Superman 2? What is the name of the gigantic brute who fights alongside Faora in the movie Man of Steel? And what gigantic creature does Superman battle in the Fleischer Superman cartoon titled The Arctic Giant? If you think you know the answer to all 3 questions, come by the site now and submit your entry. That's all the Superman news there was for the week August 28th to September 3rd. I'm Steve Younis from supermanhomepage.com.
Great Scott! Great Scott! Great Scott!
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Great Scott. I'm Scotty V. Thanks for watching. So, I saw a couple of comments that this was old news on the report that I saw, which was 5 hours ago posted by CBR, that someone was walking through the offices of the Cartoon Network and there were a series of posters on the wall, one of which was a new Scooby-Doo cartoon which had some weird looking drawings of Scooby-Doo. I've never seen Scooby-Doo look this way before. But another was for the Teen Titans Go cartoon, another was for some upcoming Bugs Bunny cartoon, all which haven't aired yet and are new. And then the Teen Titans cartoon is on and current. And then there was a JLA poster. Now, the old Justice League series that was on Cartoon Network, that was part of the Bruce Timm line of animated series, was not called JLA. And the photo of the picture shows several characters that weren't really prominent on JL cartoon from back in the 90s. Now, Justice League did turn into Justice League Unlimited, which oftentimes featured lots of these other characters, such as Firestorm, who's on this poster. But on this poster, you have Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. Then you have some other less recognizable characters. One could be Aquaman, one could be Cyborg, but then you definitely have Firestorm. And there's a girl there that looks like maybe there's some ears, so I'm thinking maybe it's Batgirl. But it looks like maybe there's a new JLA cartoon coming soon. Someone that commented on the story that was posted said it's old news and the show's called Justice League Action and that it's going to be on sometime. I haven't heard anything about it. This is the first time hearing. And yesterday I was talking about how old I am, and then today I read that there might be a new cartoon coming out, and I became somewhat giddy. What I like about this, obviously, is that it's another medium for us to watch Superman, our favorite, in, but also the other characters that I enjoy as well. What I hope is that it's not a series like the old JL was, where anytime all the heroes were going to be together, they conveniently found a way to have somebody punch Superman and he was out for the entire battle while the same character would hit all the other people and they'd still keep going. This might have been one of the reasons behind why lots of people think Superman's not that cool, because he gets bitch slapped in every episode so that other members of the Justice League can shine. But to me, that's just poor writing and poor choices and not necessarily indicative of what would have happened in that situation had it been written better. Even though Bruce Timm was responsible for Superman the Animated Series back in the 90s, right after Batman Animated Series, and then he did the Justice League and JLU, all of which I really liked. I didn't watch a lot of Batman. I hope that Bruce Timm is not behind this one. I'm kind of worn out on Bruce Timm. I'm kind of worn out on everybody doing the whole he's everything to everyone thing and he's the greatest thing since sliced bread thing. I like him. I've liked his stuff. I like those shows. I like a new take. I'd like a new look. I'd like maybe more realistic animation. I know it's hard to do on a weekly cartoon, on a network show that's mainly for kids. And here's the other thing. I talked about this when Young Justice was poorly mishandled. Other than the Batman animated series, all of the animated series based on Superman or Justice League-centric characters, Young Justice included, have been poorly managed, poorly scheduled, poorly advertised, poorly heralded, and poorly taken care of. If the CN is going to put out another animated show based on the Justice League that has Superman in it or Superman-type characters and other characters, even if Superman wasn't in it, if it's a superhero-based show based on DC superheroes, they've got to handle it better. They got to schedule it better. They got to have regular seasons. They got to advertise it, and they got to take care of it. They take care of Teen Titans Go. They brought Teen Titans Go back, and maybe it's got huge ratings. I've watched it a few times because the kids have had it on here, and it is kind of funny. They're not really superheroes. They really beat each other up more and do bad things more than they do heroic things. But it's kind of funny. It has inside jokes. It's a cute little thing. What I want is a serious superhero show, and obviously I want it to last if it's well done. And they got to schedule it better. They didn't do that with the last Justice League show. They didn't do it with the Superman animated show. And they didn't do it with Young Justice, which was awesome. It had great animation. That's the kind of animation I'm talking about and the kind of writing I'm talking about. And it was so good. Maybe it was too adult. Maybe their audience isn't looking for that. I don't know. But they need to do something to make a show last a little bit better. And if they make it really kid-centric, maybe people like myself aren't going to love it that much. But maybe it'll make those characters more popular with young kids and we'll see more of an influx of DC-loving children as opposed to everyone wearing the Marvel heroes, which I also love, but we need to build up our DC love, right? Our kids, wearing Superman shirts. Batman gets a lot of love out there, but I'd like to see this show succeed. So if it is happening and it is a JLA show, I'm looking forward to it, and I hope it's done really well. Thanks everybody for watching, and remember, always look up in the sky.